Don't look now. The Cowboys lead the league in takeaways after the first 2 weeks of the NFL season. The Dallas defense managed to intercept 2 passes from the Chargers during their 20-17 win. In fact, when you include the final 7 games of last year, Dallas has led the league in takeaways and turnover ratio in the past 9 games. There's something there, Shannon. You and Skip have a bet.
Who knew?
But the Cowboys gets the field to win the NFC East. So how much do these stats scare you?
They don't scare. The Cowboys don't scare me at all. Now, could they possibly win a very bad NFC East? Sure, they could. But the takeaways, Skip, takeaways normally happen in bunches. And when you get them, they just occur, and then you will have a lull there. So my thing is that what happens when you guys don't get 3 takeaways? What happens when you don't take the ball away? Or you don't forget 3 or 4? What happens when you don't take any? You lose it because your defense, you already know. But anyway, Skip, in the last 30 years, the 2000 Ravens averaged the most takeaways per game. 3.1. Yeah, they took the ball away, but it was a different game then because they knocked your quarterback out and he gave the ball up. Right now, the Cowboys is averaging 3. You believe they can keep that up? You believe they're on pace to be the 2000 Ravens, huh? That what you really tell me right now? I didn't think you were. So for me, this is what we do know about the Cowboys. This is where we are, and I think this will remain a theme. 31st in pass defense. I don't see you getting higher than 25th. Only 2 sacks. You're going to finish somewhere in the bottom 20 somewhere between 24 or down. 27th in total defense. That's you.
Yep.
Those your boys.
Okay.
So you're going to keep that trend going. But this turnover trend is going to stop. And when it does, guess what else is going to stop? That 1-game winning streak, which I believe will stop. When y'all play Monday night?
No, you want
we got plenty of time to pick the game. It's Tuesday.
You talk big until it's time to put your due where your mouth is.
It's Tuesday.
Okay, my turn. This is the single most surprising, stunning stat I think I've ever heard about my Dallas Cowboys, because I read and listen to a whole lot about my Cowboys. I didn't know this until my producer, Tyler Korn, started looking back over the last 7 games of last year, and it was a shocker to me that nobody has latched on to the fact that over the last 9 games, including the 2 this year, they have led the league, the whole NFL, 32 teams in takeaways and, more important, in turnover ratio. So they are so plus in the turnover category because they're taking it away, but they're not turning it over. So my point to you is that's the formula. That turnover ratio number is usually the magic number for playoff.
Yeah. What
wins.
about point differential? Yeah, you turning it over, but are you scoring? Are you scoring on those turnovers? Because your record is not indicative of a team that's leading the NFL in takeaways over 9 games.
I did not have my quarterback for those last 7 games last year. And all of a sudden, my defense is incredibly re-energized by all the fresh blood, all the talent that's been added to it, because I'm going to give you credit one more time. Micah Parsons has changed the way we play defense.
I don't want no credit.
Well, you get it because you called it before I did. I wanted Patrick Surtain. I think he's going to make 10 or 12 Pro Bowls for your Broncos. But as much as I wanted him as the bookend to Trevon Diggs, 2 Bama corners, love that. I can't argue with what Micah has done for this defense, because he is just what Dr. Freud ordered for my defense, because all of a sudden they run onto the field thinking, we got a guy they don't have. We got a guy they can't block, because he was everywhere at Chargers and he's just disrupting. He is taking his mental toll on all the people who are trying to keep him off Justin Herbert. And he finally makes the play of the game, even though it shouldn't have been called
exactly.
a sack. Well, but he did that. He got loose, and Justin Herbert obviously couldn't backpedal faster than Micah can run, because, to your point, he is shockingly sudden. And he's agile and bendable, and he has such explosiveness because he's got natural strength.
Yeah.
And it's the Von Miller formula. All of a sudden, I'm seeing some flashes of Von Miller coming off the edge where you just can't get him on the ground. You can't knock him out of the play. And the point is, when you've got that guy And Donovan Wilson was coming on at the end of the year. He didn't even play at the Chargers, but he's pretty good at strong safety. And Kazee, who played for the worst pass defense in pro football history in Atlanta, just keeps making plays for my defense at the free. And I'm starting to love him because he's got a nose and a knack for being around the
Guess
football.
what? He still played on one of the worst defenses in football.
Okay, well, he did, but Keanu Neal got moved.
I'm saying he's still currently.
Oh, you really think so?
Currently.
Huh. Well, that's interesting because my defense last year could not stop anybody from running wild.
Y'all still can't stop anybody from throwing the ball wild.
Cleveland ran for 307 last year. At Baltimore, 294 rush yards we gave up. Arizona at home on a Monday night, 261 rush yards. You're pathetic to the point of you can't even compete on defense because you can't stop the run. Guess what? Tampa ran for a grand total of 52. Chargers with Austin Eckler, he did what? What they totaled 95. They didn't even break 100.
But guess what, Skip?
Yep.
So now they're not doing it by land, they're doing it by air. So that's what they do. They say, well, you know what? It's just easy. We just throw
We've
it.
played the GOAT and the best, has the golden-armed young quarterback is Justin Herbert. You tell me he's going to be great.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. What team have you played that runs the football like the Ravens run it, like Cleveland run it, like Arizona ran it? So which one of those teams, those first two teams that you played, run the football like that, or do they throw it?
Fortunately, we don't have to play Baltimore or Cleveland. We'll get some revenge on Arizona later in the year.
But guess what you do? You do play teams that throw it. You still got Kansas City on the docket. You still have the Raiders on the docket, which throw the football. So guess what? I will be proven right again. You're going to finish at the bottom in pass defense again.
So Keanu Neal has moved up to his more natural position, which is linebacker. And all of a sudden, that has relit the fire under Wolf Hunter and Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith was making plays on Sunday. He's found a rebirth in this defense.
Yeah, standing on the sideline to do that for you.
All right, and I didn't even have DeMarcus Lawrence, who Pro Football Focus just loves, says he's top 5 pass rusher, and Randy Gregory. I think he's going to have a breakout season this year, and he got COVID. So let's see when he bounces back from the COVID list what starts to happen. Neville Gallimore comes back in the interior line off his elbow dislocation. And that Brent Urban has been good against the run. And little Odighi Zua, he's been wreaking havoc in the middle of the line. I'm loving it. I got new talent here. I got a new coordinator. I got a new spirit. This defense
and your numbers are still where they are.
Incredibly underrated.
And your numbers 2 games are just like they were last year this time, minus the turnovers, but you still have the same record.
I told you my defense is 50% better than it was last year, and I think it might be 75% better.
But your record's still 1-1 after 2 games.
Okay, well, that's all we played. We lost to the GOAT who goated us at the end of the game.
That was my point last year, Skip.
Really?
You only played 2 games. You were 1-1, and you could have been 0-2, and you could have been 0-2 this year.
Do we play the GOAT and the golden arm young quarterback? Nope, we did not.
Who did you play?
First 2 games?
Yep.
Well, we played at Rams when they were struggling, right? And then we came home and
What you mean they were struggling? They're a playoff team.
Yeah, well, they were struggling. They started off slow last year.
No, you started off slow.
Okay, and then we came back on Atlanta at home, 40-39, after we were hopelessly behind.
Yeah, but but guess what? You wanted me to give Tom Brady an A for coming to Atlanta after all those big leads
I
that
didn't
they
say
blew.
give him an A.
Yeah.
Huh?
You should have gave him a C like I did.
He only threw 5 touchdown passes with no interception.
Against Atlanta?
Yep.
Wow. That's impressive.
Well, he's leading the league in touchdown passes and on the way to MVP, as I predicted.
And guess what?
Yep.
Playing the Cowboys, he'll get the MVP. Playing Atlanta, he'll get the MVP. But guess what? Everybody else that plays the Cowboys in Atlanta don't have those numbers. Jalen Hurts had those numbers against Atlanta, didn't he? How'd that look?
Do you like your crow sautéed or just fried? What do you
fried.
like?
Rice. Crow and rice. That's
Crow
what I
and
like.
rice?
Which I will not be eating any
I
of.
will special order that for you.
Which I will not be
every
eating.
Monday.
No, we don't need it. We don't need it. Oh, but I like where this is going with Tom Brady. And here is the important question. Is he actually just getting better and better with age? He's making us all feel better about aging. You don't want to miss this. Next.